This is normally how it starts digital. Oh, I've actually heard this. I've heard this.
You have now joined the 8 Couple Podcast Show. Let me introduce our hosts, Laura and Xavier.
All right, welcome back to the ITC. This is me, Xavier. So just want to let you guys know, this is another one of my kind of a VR chat discussions. But today is just a bonus material. We are still going to have our regularly scheduled podcast session of me and Laura, but I thought this was entertaining and maybe something that I would like to share with you. And so without further ado, you're about to be in for a crazy one. Let me just give you a forewarning there. This is definitely on a crazy of level 10 for us. But I do think it is rather enjoyable and I think you'll have a good time with it. So here we are. Hope you enjoy. This is VR chat. This is our group chat section. Here we go.
Okay.
The fuck? Who said that?
All right.
Who did that?
That diction is very interesting.
Yeah. That's a thing. That's a thing.
All right. We can start with demonetization. I think that
word demonetized.
Oh, yeah.
The new D word. Actually, you know what? That's what I'm going to call this. Okay, so welcome to the Couple Podcast.
N-word.
No, it's the D word.
The what?
It's the D word. That's what I'm going to name this episode. This episode's called the new D word 2019 edition.
No one wants the D?
You know what? I can't answer for everybody.
No one wants the D.
No one wants the D. This is the new age. Gillette put out their commercial. No one wants the D.
I've had bad experience with the
Oh, did you? Hold a second. Have you had bad D in your life?
That scared the hell out of me.
What you need is good D. Okay. Let me stop.
Kind of hard to find, though. You're welcome with the content.
It can be closer than you expect. Okay, getting right into the topic. Okay, that's the subject. So I explained my gripes and reason, and for me, it doesn't affect me too much because mainly it seems like YouTube, a little bit of Twitch, a little bit of some other content, people out there, like porn sites struggle with it less. Yeah, like porn sites literally have a less time struggling with content. They still have the issue, but it's nowhere near like the scale of YouTube.
Yeah.
But
have you seen a Fortnite, a porn edition? Jesus Christ.
Come on, we're trying to keep it clean.
Try to keep it clean.
Oh yeah.
Too deep, dude. What do you mean?
By the way, I mean my goal here is if we can reach 15 to 30 minutes. So 15-30 minutes, so I won't hold up everybody's day. Of course, I have a feeling if it gets heated, then you know we'll let the passion fly because I think that'll get really interesting. All right, so let's start off with PewDiePie. This guy, biggest guy in the game for now until next week. No T-Series takes him over. So he talked about demonetization on his channel and how other people shouldn't, if you're a content creator, you shouldn't demonetize anybody. But he has his plan he's been talking about of a new monetization I guess a way of striking a channel without giving them a copyright strike so it doesn't hurt your channel. What do you guys think about that? You still don't get money, but neither do people who are attacking get the money either.
I think that would be interesting. Because copyright claim, that's like a heavy strike. And do they have like anything lighter than that?
No. And actually, I've had work with other clients myself when it came to working with like their content online. We have to take down their claims because they'll just launch up like the entire audiobooks. So some people put the whole entire audiobook on YouTube, and there goes all your money. So we had to take those down. But I have two options. I can just warn them and have the movie have it taken down, or I can risk them getting a strike. That's it. There's no middleman, no other option. It's okay, I can lightly tap them on the shoulder, or I can just really fuck them up. And as even people who I've been on that side too of actually taking videos down. Of course, I wouldn't be worried for y'all unless you guys are really into reading heavy. You know what? Never mind. You may not want to. I'm not going to go into details on that. Just know they're very interesting. Lucky you already know. But either way, you get my point. Listen, I gotta keep my money flow. So whatever pays, don't worry about it. Anywho,
That's
okay.
understandable.
Yeah, Baka, what you think?
What kind of points because I didn't watch the video, what kind of points did PewDiePie make?
Oh,
in the demonetization.
One of the main things is that let's say let's say you are trying to avoid some backlash. Someone is they put a video in that you don't like that attacks your character. They call you I don't know, they call you a bad word like Lucky the Fox Zero, and you're really pissed off about it. So what you do is you copy strike
No. You want to piss off my name? Oh, sorry. You want to piss off my name? Change the fox into the other F word. That way, I will get pissed off.
That sounds like a good
Or
move.
for my real name.
That sounds like a good move.
For my real name, call me ISIS.
Okay,
my name rhymes with ISIS.
That went 0 to 100 real quick. But let's say that happened. Okay. But let's say that happened. So you want to do is take down, you do a strike on this channel. This gets more press around it and gets more awareness and actually makes the video or the whole situation more popular by trying to strike it in this way. And I think it has the reverse effect of, instead of actually shutting them up or making it down, it makes it a bigger, huge issue. And it happens very, all the time. So instead for striking, actually silencing a video, or if you want to actually want to take it down, it just makes it into a huge thing. I mean, the word copy strike is big just because that whole issue with was it Alanity, who on Twitch didn't like him saying Twitch dot, so she copy strike PewDiePie's video, and everybody now knows about that.
It's one of those things where people good or bad popularity is popularity.
Pretty much.
Like Logan Paul with the video they did last year.
Oh, that's a whole different problem with YouTube. The fact that, which I hear that they're getting better, but they gotta I don't know. They've been working more on taking money away from people who are trying to create things than they have been trying to make money for people.
Kind of bullshit, to be honest.
I think I'm sounding really salty.
Many new content creators. Like YouTube, when it started, there was very few, and a lot of people didn't know what they're doing. But now people who are very popular created the basis, where people who now create content are going off the basis of what other people have already done.
Yeah, there's literally a string of videos. If you just look at how to make,
they steal content.
Oh, like the React videos. Wait, does anybody watch React videos here?
Exactly. I do.
It depends on the React video.
I know that's
what makes
React
them
popular.
Yeah.
You get something different out of it.
And I just recently watched a video about React that a feminist party copied the React and made their own React video, but they're only females.
Wait, what?
What the fuck? I'm not joking.
There's a feminist party React.
Feminist group. A feminist or whatever, a full female party copied the React's content and made it into their own channel.
It sounds like you went deep into the rabbit hole on YouTube.
Dude, I'm gonna get it.
Friend joined. I hope that's okay.
No, it doesn't do okay.
Yeah.
It's just basically saying you copy off React, literally, and they're reporting this into YouTube a bunch of times, but so far it's been nothing done.
It goes into one of those things where if you're sitting at a computer and watching someone else react, it feels like you're there with them. One of the most entertaining things before YouTube was playing with other people or reacting to stuff with other people.
Exactly. That's what I enjoyed watching when I was little.
Yeah, actually, I think
now,
I think everybody, at least here, I think around the age has had that experience. Had a little brother or big brother or sister or something like that. They play a game, you're sitting aside just kind of watching them, and you're not playing the game, but you're still there watching it, enjoying it. And I think Let's Plays, not Let's Plays.
I had a figure.
It's like that now. A figure?
Yeah, like a.
Oh, me, yeah.
A figure will always. Not you. It was before I met you. Jesus, you introduced me to gaming. What do you mean? You're like what? 2 years older than me?
Sure.
Be right back.
No problem. Hey, Final Soul, how you doing?
50s by now.
I am not that old,
Hello.
damn it.
did your voice.
All right, so moving on to another topic. Let's see if we can get some more activities here. I like this one, and actually, I don't think I've ever covered it as many times as I had VR, we call it podcasts before. But how about this game? This game right here we're playing. No, we haven't. I haven't uploaded that one. There was a time we talked about it, but we never launched it. But yeah, so here's my quick question on this one. This is something that I've been kind of like tossing in my head out there. I don't see this as that much of as I don't see this as much as a game as it is a social media platform. Like this is as much of a game.
You are right about that.
Exactly. This is as much a game as Facebook is, because there's games on Facebook too.
It's basically like that. You mainly hear just to socialize.
Yeah.
Like in other games, you're actually like doing an objective or something like that. This game, you can either socialize or do that, but the social aspect usually takes over.
Yeah. Even when you're out there, I mean, you'll go into like, let's say there's a murder world, and there's usually someone who sticks out in the lobby, just continuing their conversation while everybody else is playing that game, or enter many other games out there. Even the fact that Never Have I Ever is one of the most played games on this platform. That's a very social game. That's hard to play on any other in any other way.
Yeah. I feel like it's free to win and I never have
humanoid.
That is a thing too. Actually, the ones that creep me out the most, the My Little Pony ones, I don't know what it is about it. It's just that those are very weird to me.
What are your guys' comments on this topic, on waifu, outfit, sign out, back off, and also in digital? What are your comments on this?
What? I'm doing math homework.
Okay. At this hour, dude.
Right now, we're just a background sound for so we right now he's just like he's chill. We're helping him focus. It's all right. I got you, Baka.
Hey.
What about you, waifu? What about you?
I believe she went to go get something to eat.
Yeah, man. This is the weirdest social game, isn't it? Look how social we are. This antisocial group.
I'll say one thing and I'll backtrack what Zab was saying. When we were growing up, you always had that. My brother, I was kind of into games. I was watching him play Mario and stuff. But what really got me was in 1997 when Final Fantasy VII came out. Okay, nothing like that ever had come out before. So I would watch him play it, and I was still young. I don't. How old was I now? I was like third grade. But like I started watching him play that, and that sunk me in the game. Yeah, I played outside all the time too, but like that, I feel like the culture in games has just evolved so much. The stories, games that they don't make anymore, like Kingdom Hearts was another one. Final Fantasy X was a good one.
Yes,
the story games that made Americans. It's kind of like the same thing with anime. When Funimation popped out with Dragon Ball Z on Toonami, or when Toonami started, think of the cartoons that were out, Rugrats, stuff like that. We never seen anything like that before. So when that stuff came out, you have this overpowered characters, you have kind of adult stuff. You see all this stuff happen. You see sad endings. American kids have never seen that before, or the West.
Yeah.
So I feel like that has just blown the culture up. And people that didn't experience that, they just don't understand it. They think it's weird. But now it's just a part of everyday life now. That's just how people communicate.
Actually, going into anime, like I remember back in the day when Toonami, there was a show. It was Cowboy Bebop. I mean, from beginning to end. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, last time we already said this.
Cowboy.
It is my favorite anime. But it was a one time I've seen where they tied like real emotions to a cartoon. Because past that I was watching Ed, Edd n Eddy, with Dexter's Laboratory, stuff on Disney or whatever that was happening. But I mean, to have that moment with his
different experience.
Yeah.
Going from like those cartoons to just like anime, it's like they can actually have like deep meanings.
Oh yeah.
With cartoons, they like wanted to go like in a deeper meaning, but it still catered to kids. So they had to like keep it, even though some cartoons had like deeper meaning on if you like look at it as an adult. Anime, no, they just went straight for it.
Yeah, and I also think like anime probably helped like other. It's like.
Can I say something real quickly?
All right, go ahead, Lucky.
And the making of Ed, Edd n Eddy, who was high enough to make Ed and the Triple D eat a giant fucking what was the name of that candy? Jawbreaker. Jesus Christ!
Hold on. Okay. I understand the Jawbreaker.
All high making this show.
No. I understand the Jawbreaker reference. Like, I got it. Like, back in the day, I lived in like freaking like Louisiana and shit, and like Jawbreakers was like freaking money. Like, if you had, I'm not sure why, but it was just like the thing to get. Like, if you had like Jawbreakers in your bag and you had left it out in public, you got your Jawbreaker stolen. Like, it was something you didn't play with. It was just so like that part I connected with them because like, yeah, I love freaking Jawbreakers. Of course, now my teeth are messed up.
Valuable as money.
It was just like, what happened, man? Oh, they left the wallet, but so my Jawbreakers. What the? So it's
Jack, my Jawbreakers.
Jawbreaker was serious back then. It was just it was a thing. You get in fights for that. But past that, like there is that like that experience when you're like, you may not necessarily be in it, or like they witness other cultures and how they portray the same thing. Like the way we see like a love show or whatever, it's generally just this boring piece of sap thing. But watching another culture do the exact same thing, it just from their perspective makes it far more interesting. And
like you said, the culture, when it's completely different, it could be a viewpoint you never thought of.
Yeah. I feel like I can throw some other words.
Someone who grew up in a different state.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like with G Gundam. It came out the same time in Toonami. That's one of the other originals. And yeah, it was kind of kid-like, but like towards the end of it, where he has to kill his own brother in it. Like me as a little kid watching this, and I watch this the whole season, and I get connected to this. And then all of a sudden, he's having to kill his own brother to save the world. I mean, as a kid, you never saw shit like that. It was just
yeah.
I still remember it, and I feel like because we had Japanese culture, we stick more to our childhood stuff than any other generation. Like for the feels and nostalgia, that's why they remake stuff all the time because they know we'll eat it up, and then they just get new people with our kids and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I think nostalgia made Marvel movies and like the way they are now. I mean, there is a. I don't think there's anybody in this room that's not going to see the next, was it Thanos the Revenge movie that's going to come out? I just been just calling it like Thanos the movie, but it's just,
Avengers Endgame.
Infinity War.
That's what it's called.
Endgame.
Endgame.
It's going to be the revenge movie of Thanos.
Hey, first of all, who's going to watch Spider-Man first? I want to watch Spider-Man. That's a Z. Tom Holland, my dude.
I have a really bad confession. I haven't seen any Marvels since Civil War. I know I'm missing out a lot. Sorry.
Don't worry. In fact, no. You're in fact, you're so good. What you're gonna do is you're gonna have you're gonna have like an epic date night. Just tell a lady that you have not seen any Marvel movies, and there you go. That's wifey material.
A movie to watch all of them.
Yeah, you got your plan set.
It's difficult though, because when you haven't when you missed out on some Marvel movies, how much of it is spoiled for you?
I mean, I just don't really care about it anymore. I don't know what happened. I feel like it got so overhyped and everybody talked about it. I don't know. I just kind of just not stopped watching them. I don't know. The hype kind of left. They did the same thing with me with Star Wars. Like when they brought Star Wars back up.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Now it just kind of just died off.
I say there's if I can make suggestions, I would say see Ant-Man and you'll be good from there. I think Ant-Man will be like.
You know what?
Yeah, man.
Hey,
and the Wasp.
I do find that relatable. Like, if people keep asking me to watch something, when I finally watch it, it doesn't feel like I wanted to. I feel like I did for others.
Minus
exactly.
It might be ruined.
I've seen Deadpool. Yeah. Those are incredible. I love them. They're hilarious.
No, in reverse. Yes, it is.
Do you see the new Deadpool movie that's 13 PG? Where Deadpool tries to censor himself every time.
But I like how he literally references like the budget and everything, and it's just Ryan Reynolds when he talks like they're making him Pikachu. They're making him Pikachu. He is Deadpool. Deadpool is him.
I wanted to be
like Deadpool because
I'm gonna be legit. I wanted to be Pikachu. I wanted that job. I wasn't gonna beat Ryan Reynolds, but I wanted to be Pikachu.
You could have totally. Yeah, I think that would have been great. Say Pika real quick.
Pika.
Like saying. Hello there.
Dude, perfect.
Would love that.
But like anytime I see him talking, all I see is Deadpool because it's so much. That's why he said like he liked it so much because he's just himself. He's just being a an asshole, like just a smart ass, and this is who he is. So
I know he plays. He plays. He plays.
Something about Ryan Reynolds real quick.
He plays. What you call it? Oh, okay. You go, and then I'll go. One,
Okay.
2, 3.
Can I remember something? You guys remember? You guys remember Ryan Reynolds' first movie?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No.
He makes fun of Deadpool, though. He makes fun of it all the time.
In one
Yeah.
of the Deadpool movies, Ryan Reynolds is friend
Yes,
to be
that was beautiful.
Green Lantern, and Deadpool just shoots him in the head, saying, "Career saved."
No, it was the second movie that was amazing. And the first one, I loved how he said, "Please don't make the super suit green or animated."
I like the one too where he was like, "Wow, y'all the only 2 X-Men here." It's almost like they didn't have a budget for any other superheroes.
Oh, and it came back and it.
When the actor playing the character knows the character very well and also knows the media, they know what they're gonna see. They're gonna see Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool.
Yeah, and then they only spent $50 million on the first one, and they made quadruple that. It was a huge success because they didn't think R-rated was gonna really hit up, but they're not.
Wait! I gotta throw this out there.
Now.
I just gotta throw this out there. Deadpool, when it was coming out, right up against what is it, a Han Solo or whatever. When have you ever would have thought? 2? Yeah, Deadpool freaking crushed Star Wars. I mean, that's the day and age we live in. We're Marvel Comics is destroying Star Wars films.
That's not. I don't think that's very fair because people were so upset about The Last Jedi that people shit on Solo. Solo was a better movie than Last Jedi, in my opinion. It wasn't too.
No,
bad.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And maybe because I expected it to be shit.
But no. Think about how people were more excited for Deadpool than Star Wars. That's something that you would have never heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Deadpool had fun with it, and Star Wars, they're trying to this is really serious, this is going on. It's I can't take this serious for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, if anything, I don't want to take it serious, and I want to go to see Deadpool instead and just have a good time.
I love the naive parents that didn't know who Deadpool was. Most people didn't know who Deadpool was before the movie.
Yes.
So they see a superhero movie, and they take them, and they see the part where he's shooting through. And they're leaving they didn't expect that. It's if you knew Deadpool in comics, you would know not to take your kids to go see Deadpool.
No, I didn't know Deadpool from the comics, and I'm trying to bring my family in, and my parents are so excited for it. They're bringing the little kids, and all right, yeah, let's go see it. In the middle of the movie, they're we thought this was a superhero movie. Hey, it is kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's. There are superheroes there.
My little brothers love Deadpool. They freaking loved it, and my parents hated
it's
me
definitely an adult
movie.
All right. I'm gonna do a twist. I'm gonna do a totally twist on this topic. We're gonna stick with movies.
Can I do one something else? Can I do one more thing? Hold on.
Okay, one more for you, Lucky.
That Marvel is destroying every single company. Marvel is destroying DC.
Great running
Lucasfilms. Lucasfilms destroying. Marvel just dominating every single movie corporation, literally. Jesus Christ,
Why is it
Marvel.
dominating?
No, you mean Disney. You mean Disney.
I'll tell you one word exactly. One word is Disney. Disney
there you go.
Runs and owns everything. They've bought Fox. And it got to the point where the government was actually thinking about.
Yes, part of Fox. Part of Fox. Yes.
Yeah, not their news. And the government was worried about. They didn't want them to monopolize on it, so they actually came out.
Yeah. I've already accepted that I'm taking down all the crosses and just putting up Mickey Mouse.
Exactly. This will be a Mickey Mouse flag. Okay. On Disney, because. Okay, on Disney, I want to throw this to do a whole 180 since we're on the comics and everything. I'm going to introduce a whole different topic. So, last week I saw Mary Poppins Returns. Now, I gotta say this. Well, when there's there's some critics that are kind of twisted on it. I'm gonna say this is probably one of the movies I think it works to update this generation. But I don't know. I think I need more opinions on it. I liked it. It was long as hell. There is an unnecessary scene, but that everybody knows about. But it is the most charming movie I've seen in a decade. Like that's what it's.
What are you talking about?
Mary Poppins. Okay, so a lot of movies, when they have this very famous actor, they need to shoehorn them in order to get more people in the seats. They'll add an extra scene. This one was as obvious as you could probably make it. They did a whole song and dance scene, but it didn't fit in the movie at all. Like it just didn't work. I don't remember the actor's name, and she's done better work, and probably better not to even mention her. But yeah, it was just
it's a musical, so it makes sense.
Well, they had a music for her scene too, but it was like the worst song. It was like if they removed it, it would have been a better scene. Like there's like parts of
right.
And let's say Mortal Kombat. Like there's certain characters you can remove, Sonya, and it would be Katana, and it would be a better movie. Sorry, that was just an old school rant reference from way back in the day.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
like, but I don't know. It works. Like I don't know.
But it was like an extremely like movie.
It serves as nostalgia.
Well, it was
as nostalgia to those from the past generation, like to those who are in that era, and then seeing it now will make him either smile or be a little bit unhappy, depending on how the movie goes.
Well, okay. Like here's like it kind of threw me. One, I'm just gonna split it like this. Okay, Mary Poppins is a very she's a very persnickety bitch. Like she is like
she always was though.
Exactly. Like it's not some sweet lady here. Like she's gonna call out your bullshit.
Like my shit is hot, you know?
Like, okay, what are you doing here? I'm here to take care of these kids, and then the kids come in, like, and you, like she doesn't give
that.
Yeah, like every moment she looks in a mirror, she's like, oh, look at this, perfection's in front of me. Like, god damn. It was exactly.
But I feel like if they get rid of that, they kill characters like the Grinch, right? The Grinch is an asshole. He's a huge asshole. He just wants to just fuck up everybody. Excuse my language. Just mess up everybody's.
Yeah, don't worry. It's going to be an adult content stuff.
This new Grinch this new Grinch that came out, they made it like, oh, he was just, he wanted to fit in, and it's all of society's fault that he didn't fit in, and we need to appropriate him. And I was just watching this, and I was like, no, the Grinch is an asshole. I mean, you can't take that away from him. It's not like, oh, I'm sorry. Like that's his whole purpose is to show that an asshole can be a nice person if he just has a heart and quit being a dick. It's not, oh, it's all of our faults that Quantum wants to be an asshole to everybody. It's my fault that he's doing that.
And Quantum may have a burning desire to become an asshole.
Yeah.
What and then came the remake.
Where's the desire?
And then came the remake where it shows the Grinch's backstory. Where
he's like, I've already achieved this goal. What are you talking about?
But it's the same thing with like the 90s. So back to Disney. So, you had the 90s Renaissance. So you had Little Mermaid, Aladdin, all this stuff. So let's back up a little bit when I was talking about the nostalgia stuff. They have the technology now. The live action movies are not for our kids. It is for us. They know that we lived it and we breathed it, and that was a part of everybody's life. They're going to make a killing, myself included. When Lion King comes out, I'm going to see that shit because that was my movie.
Oh my god!
Shit out of the movie. And
same.
And they're not shitty movies. They're fantastic movies. Cinderella was good. Beauty and the Beast was freaking fantastic. I thought it was, anyways.
Lion King
the Jungle Book was great. It's gonna be
okay. Wanted to throw another one out here because I think this is something I can get everybody to speak about. Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. I don't know if there's a person. I got a chance to peek at it.
I'm sorry. Can you back up and say it again? I hear you saying that. I'm getting really excited.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball.
What about it?
I just wanted to mention that because I think when you think anime, movies, film, and live action, this is probably the one thing that's probably hit the U.S.
Do not mention live action for Dragon Ball. Do not mention that.
It's been there. No, I'm mentioning it. I'm mentioning it because it hits every issue, and with one taking it seriously. That's where the live action kind of fell apart at. Being remade over and over and over again.
Live action. I get it.
Exactly. So live action adaptations of your favorite beloved shows. I'm throwing this Dragon Ball Z in. they've done a
cash grab.
It was a cash grab. But that was the second live action. There was another live action. I guess it was a movie or something like that. That was a lower budget, but way. Like they actually watched the damn show.
Yeah, the people that made Dragon Ball, well, that was supposed to be Goku at a young. That was his whole. Like before Funimation brought out Dragon Ball Z, which isn't Z is still Dragon Ball. They just added a Z for a fling to it. But it's still technically
I did the same thing.
And Dragon Ball used to be on a VHS, and people would type in these shitty subs, and we'd watch it on VHS. And I found this, and it was just Dragon Ball, and it was really cool looking. Watch this little kid laughing, chasing people around, people all scared because he's just a strong kid. And then Z hit, so I started watching that. And I mean, the reason why they can get away with the rehash on it is because that is what started anime in the West. You can say whatever you want. That is what kickstarted it and blew it up to what it is now.
Yeah. Oh, so we got about, okay, I'm going to just give us 5 more minutes and then we got to wrap this up. At least for this recording, we can still talk with the cameras off, though. That doesn't matter. But closing statements.
Dragon Ball Z, I didn't find out until later on in my life when I was like 10. That's when I got into it. Like, whoa, fighting, yeah! And that's how, like, Bulma was panties at one point.
Oh, yeah, and 10
Like,
episodes
oh.
of just screaming.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they came out with Kai, because Kai was supposed to cut a lot of that. And in Super, they cut out a lot of that too, if you haven't noticed. It's not like I'm going to show you my powers or we're going to fight.
Yeah.
And it takes 45 episodes for us to have a 5-minute fight. Yeah, they had that. But that was part of the drama. That was the drama at the time. That was, you got to think in the early 90s, that's what was hot. Was, you stepping
they
stuff
can get
up.
away with it because nothing did that.
Especially Goku and
They also didn't have the technology
So you
to
were
do all this
patient.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You could say
Okay, sorry,
patient, but
Xavier.
nowadays it actually translates to a lot of things where people keep rushing stuff, and sometimes rushed stuff doesn't always turn out great.
Yeah, that's a factor for a lot of things.
It's a great anime.
Okay, so we covered
Okay, so yeah, what
movies,
was it?
cartoons, and copyright for YouTube. We went all around the park, which is perfect because like the main thing for my podcast is rambling, and this is like a pretty damn good to it, and I think the cleanest one I've had by far.
I think you do a pretty good job. If I say so myself.
Oh,
You
thank
definitely
you.
have the podcast voice.
Oh,
like
I
hardcore
appreciate that.
Podcast voice.
And for everybody who's listening to me, please, confirm that. I'd like to see those likes and that from that comment. That'd be really appreciated. So I want to give everybody a chance, because on the podcast, there's no video. There's just your voices. So if everybody can just kind of say their name once, and then I'll do a closing statement, and then we will wrap up and probably do something, I don't know, Never Have I Ever or something.
No, I'm up
Okay,
go for a minute.
good.
I have to go after this.
All right.
Because I need a break. I took a blow to the head today at weight training.
Well, I'm glad you survived. That was Lucky Fox O.
Basic. Hello.
You know how to heal, Lucky?
Yes, as you get to the 10 Dragon Balls and grant everyone treat for healing.
Take ibuprofen 800 and drink water. It cures everything.
There you go.
Tell me that. It
Does it cure a steel bar hitting you in the
cures
head?
everything, dude. Cancer, anything you want. Ibuprofen and water.
Okay, talk right now. That's Final Soul.
Does it heal?
Yeah.
Over that, is the quantum aspect. All right, let me chime back in just to kind of recover what's going on here. What was going on there? Well, this is something that I want to try to have included in some capacity. I'm not quite sure if this will definitely fit into the It Couple or the ITC fam. We are working, of course, on the Discord. It's been kind of pushed back, I think, because of how I want to implement this project. Typically with the It Couple, it is just primarily me and my wife talking, and I do kind of want to keep that, not mix it up. I want to confuse expectations of what you may want to see from the channel, but I do feel like this is really fun. It's something that I would love to add to later on, but so kind of getting those ideas kind of meshed out in my head. If you have some ideas or some suggestions, hey, I am very well and open up of how can I include content like this on a regular basis while keeping it fun and entertaining. At the same time, not, I feel like there's a big divide between how we do our regular content and how this would be included. But I do did think this would be an excellent choice for it, a bonus material, something to have some extra. So I'll do a few of these here and there until I come up with a really good idea for everyone, and so we can all enjoy. But until then, that's all I have for today, and we'll see you back releasing on Monday. And until next time, take it easy.